the King Charles topic of the week is on Network Radio. And I have Ms. You want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Vandella, Ministry.
So, Vandella, can you tell us how are you connected to the Run Women's Conference?
It's actually an incredible story how I got connected to the Run Women's Conference. About 3 years ago, I was introduced to Dr. Bradford through a mutual friend. And we never did connect. We kept sending emails, text messages. We scheduled a lunch together, and then one of us had to cancel. And 3 years later, we had met. So last year I was in a serious accident. I was actually in a neck brace and back brace almost 5 months, and I had to have surgery on my rotator cuff, so I was supposed to speak at the federal prison. And I couldn't make it because I was in the neck brace and back brace, and it would have been a liability. So I texted Dr. Bradford and asked her, could she go on my behalf? And they loved her. So they ended up, at that time, she was collecting purses, and they collected like 3 boxes of purses for her. And I still hadn't met her. My husband delivered the purses, had an opportunity to meet her, and then I ran into her 3 weeks ago, and that was my first time ever meeting her in person. Yes, ma'am. And she was telling me about the conference. I said, Dr. Bradford, I am coming. I said, I will register. And I registered online, and I just really read everything that she was doing. And I was so inspired, and I told her I wanted to volunteer. And here I am.
So volunteering.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes.
So you got Volunteer of the Year. Did you get an award for being a volunteer? Or?
Yes. Several. For the Seabrand Prairie, I received Woman of the Year, and then I received Ambassador of the Year for the school district, Mansfield ISD. I received another one.
Just a lot.
Yes, I'm humbled by them, really.
So what's the inspiration that's behind it?
Actually, Arlington Today did a magazine article on me. And the title of the magazine was "She Loved to Make People Smile." And when I saw that, because he actually interviewed me 3 days after my accident, and he was like, "I don't know if it's going to run." He said, "And I know you're really sick, but he was like, I'm going to see what happens." And it came, and they said it had the most hits for a March magazine, for a March issue. And when I say she loves to make people smile, it's what I enjoy doing, and I was blessed to be able to volunteer after working for the federal government for almost 26 years. And I was very young when I retired, and I still knew that I wanted to do something, so I started volunteering full time, and so I became a professional volunteer.
Well, what advice would you give somebody who's interested in maybe volunteering?
My thing is, find an organization that has passion. If they're not passionate about what they're doing, and for me, I believe it has to be nonprofit. And when it's nonprofit, it's not for profit. You need to do something else if you don't have the vision that you want to do it as a nonprofit organization. And then when you want to volunteer, you can't be a paid volunteer. There's no such thing as a paid volunteer. Volunteers are unpaid, and when you have a passion to give back to the people in the community, is something that you enjoy doing.
Well, we really appreciate you, and thank you. Not just enough to be blessed, but be a blessing to other people.
Thank you.
We appreciate all that you do.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi. How are you? All right, so we're going to keep it going. So tell us, where are you from and your name?
My name is Cassandra Brown. My name is Cassandra Brown. I'm from Duncanville, Texas.
From Duncanville, Texas.
Duncanville, Texas.
So Cassandra, how are you connected to the Run Women's Conference?
I actually am a good friend of one of the speakers, Rosalind Wharton, who was the first speaker on. And she told me about the conference, and I said yes, not knowing what it was about. But she's a friend, and I try to support friends.
Oh, yeah.
So when she said what the price was, I swallowed it and said, okay, we're supporting a friend, and that would also count as a self-investment. And that's how it came.
So an investment in self.
Investment in self.
So now that you've been here, we've been here for a few hours, what do you think?
I have loved it.
You loved it.
I have loved it. I will be at the next one, and I've made a personal vow. And Dr. Cassandra doesn't know this yet because I haven't told her, but I plan to be one of her speakers next year.
So next year, you know, of course, is huge.
Yes.
Dallas,
wouldn't want to talk on the
Cowboy
stage at
Stadium?
Cowboy Stadium. I'm like, can you hear? Yes, I will be one of her speakers.
And what will be your message? What is your
I actually am working on 2 products. I'm a minister, I'm an ordained minister. Have been for about the last 10 to 15 years. But now I want to take the message that I've preached in the church into the world where it's needed. The Bible is the truth. It is the truth. I believe every time I hear there's not a manual for raising children, I say you're wrong. There's not a manual for marriage, you're wrong. There's not a manual for success, you're wrong. It's all in one book, in the Bible. So I use biblical principles, biblical truth as a platform to explain things or to teach things. So I'm working on 2 projects.
So that's going to be what you're going to talk about at the conference. Or is that a secret because you haven't told her yet?
It's a secret because I haven't told her yet. I've always heard put it in the atmosphere.
Put it out there in the
So
atmosphere.
I figure on this program, this has got to be the biggest atmosphere I have access to right now.
It actually is.
Yes.
Well, we really appreciate you coming, and just like you, I have enjoyed this conference. It's like pouring into each other, isn't it? Yes. Well, thank you so much. All righty.
All right, thank you. This is King Charles, y'all. King Charles, topic of the week, Fishbowl Radio Network, the biggest radio streaming broadcast in the nation. I just want to just let y'all know that I'm making that so profound right now because that's important. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring in the creator of this Run Women's Conference. I'm gonna give you a little break because you look like you need.
I do.
You look like you need a little break, okay? Okay, we're gonna bring in Dr. Cassandra Bradford right now.
Oh my God, so I am switching places with Diane. Oh my God.
Say, you got to use her radio name.
I'm
That's
sorry.
my co-host now.
I'm sorry. I
D
did not-
Speaks.
D Speaks.
That's what's up. Hey, we've spent the last couple of hours, and I interviewed some profound speakers from all over the nation. I even threw some people in there. I got 7-Eleven, who is sponsoring Run Women's Conference. I even interviewed him. This is the woman that's behind it all, Dr. Cassandra Bradford. She's been imperative in my life. She's my mentor. She called me a client the other day. I kind of got offended on that a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. As long as she's in my life, I'm all right. So it's almost coming to an end. We're gonna close out today, pack up and everything, and we're gonna end out and do a concert tonight at the restaurant.
Yes, El Primo's Restaurant in Mansfield, Texas.
What I want to talk to you about is this. You know, I seen something today that was profound. It's when you and all your speakers were sitting on the stage and you allowed people to come up and share their vision. And you guys took turns and you gave them little nuggets, but the nuggets were so profound. Where did that idea birth from?
Well, I'm a strategist. So I believe in giving you multiple streams of income for your one business. But I realize there are people out there that are smarter than me. So then I realized, well, not only do I have smart people, I have all these other people in the room that have ideas as well. So it's really to help give you ideas that maybe you didn't think about. It's easier to look in somebody else's window than your own. So when you have all of these different eyes looking into your window, right, but with a good heart, it is magnificent. It's magnanimous. So I'm telling you, it's awesome. So, but did you see? They wanted to keep going, but we had to cut them off because we got other speakers. But that's what we do on the road. That's what we do all the time.
And listening to it, Dr. Cassandra Bradford, do you know what we got listening to that? We got so much information, especially the gentlemen, the educators, with the children, you know what I'm saying, the special ed children and the response that we got. First, you got to change the face of special ed children. You know what I'm saying? They're portrayed to society in a certain way. Change that.
Yes. And man, I believe that the vision that he has is so much bigger than his state. I'm just, oh my God. So they want to talk to him up sidebar. So even while we're tearing down, they're having a meeting with him to give him more nuggets, and they are vowing to help him for free.
That's what it's all about. Let's go a little further. We need to talk about 2019. We must talk about that. You know, I'm definitely going to get involved, you know what I'm saying? I'm bidding in for a workshop for the youth, you know. I had an option of going in 2 different directions, but my passion, my heart, and I prayed on it, you know what I'm saying? And my own voice in my head, which is my God speaking to me, told me, you always want to talk to these youth. You have something for the youth. So I'm part of it, and I'm going to be part of it. I'm always be part of Run. So, you know, that's just what it is.
He's a Run King.
Yeah, Run King. I'm always be part of this. It's because it's amazing. How did this happen?
Man, it was, well, the original blueprint for Wellness Conference 7 years ago, we talked about going to Dallas Cowboy Stadium. And so when we did go there and we got a contract, it was right in the middle of the AT&T buyout. So our contract got mixed in with somebody else on the buyout. So we took a back seat because we really wasn't ready.
Right.
We were just stepping out on faith, but we really were not ready. And I'm so, with hindsight with 2020, I'm glad we did. So now, 2019 will be at Dallas Cowboy Stadium. We decided to go global. We're partnering with global organizations, sororities, Women of Global Change, Women of Congo, the Pan Asian Chamber of Commerce, the U.S. Ambassador, the World Bank, and 7-Eleven, which is global, and I can keep going with other global organizations that are partnering with us. How do we take our small business globally? How do you take your brand globally? How do you take what you do around the world?
I need to know that.
And that's our plan. So we're going to 24 states next year. We're going to be in 24 states next year. He's already winded. We're going to 24 states next year, right? And some of those speakers get to go with us. So if you're selected to be 65, selected to go with us, it's all optional. And you get to take your brand and grow your brand in 24 states, come back to Dallas and wow all the people that you have wowed in those states.
Okay, we're going to have 65 speakers. Okay, and I know through my listening audience and also my social media, I have thousands of speakers out there. How do they get involved?
Well, the cutoff is really Sunday. But you can submit your speaker sheet and bio to admin@runconference.org. You have to be able to teach. It's not about you talking about, you know, when I was 3 years old, I cried over my toy. You have to be able to teach entrepreneurs. So we do have a youth section. So if you talk to youth and that is your mantra, we have the 4th floor of Dallas Cowboy Stadium. If you do health, wealth, nutrition, and domestic violence is really a part of health, to be honest with you, because we are growing from a whole lot of stuff mentally, physically, and spiritually. So if that is your platform, you need to get in touch with us. We are looking for, and then I'm going to tell you, 25 of those speakers are our online speakers because we do an online conference all 5 days, 3 times a day leading up to the conference. And then at Cowboy Stadium, we put it down.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So how can they get involved? How can they get in touch with you?
You can get in touch with Run Conference by going to the website, runconference.org. You can call our office at 1-800-718-2425. We're located right here in Arlington, Texas, so you can reach us. We're on Facebook. You can inbox me, Cassandra Bradford. You can inbox Run Conference.
You inbox her, she'll inbox you back.
Just don't text me.
Thank you for putting together an amazing event. You know what I'm saying? Run Women is part of me now. You know, I'm part of Run Women.
Well, you know, next year we're doing a men's division.
What?
It's the Run Men Conference. So they have about 4 hours and they're going to be doing stuff. I know. So that you may want to throw your hat in.
Stay here. Since you're doing the men's division, let me bring this man in here right quick.
Mr. Johnny Mack. He is magnificent.
Well, I'm magnificent. Why? Because I have people like Dr. Cassandra that's pouring into my life, and I'm just so excited at this conference. Hey, you want to be commended. If I had a head, I'd take it off to you. If I had some hair, I'd ruffle it up.
So, I mean, next year we got so much going on. We have a men's division.
Yes.
So we'll be doing Run Men's Conference. It's a 4 hour. It's 4 hours in that conference. You drive some King Charles. We have a youth division, health, wellness. If you can do yoga, Zumba, whatever. We need to walk, stretch, whatever. whatever, swimmers, whatever.
We gotta run after all that.
We
That's
gotta
a lot of
run
work.
something. We need that. We got people that's gonna be doing declarations and affirmations. So if that is your niche, if you can teach us automation, finance, economic, money, there is a difference between economics, finances, and money. There is a difference. You gotta know the difference. We have all of this stuff going on. We have people that's going to be there talking about franchising. I mean, 7-Eleven has a school, and they do funding. And so we have all of this stuff
And the
going
reason
on.
you have to, that you can't win, because the reason you're saying everything necessary for success is going to be laid out at this conference. You're going to be able to walk in with nothing and be able to walk out with all the knowledge necessary to be a success.
You're absolutely right. Authors, you are a brand, you are a business. We have people coming doing headshots, they're called lifestyle photographs. So you can market yourself and brand yourself all over, different looks, all of that. And she is the best in the nation. Her name is Kim Amazing out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, I saw some of the
We've
pictures she did of
already-
you.
Yeah, she
Now,
made me
just
look
you're already
amazing.
cute, but she made you look amazing.
There was a lot of hammer and chisels going on. Screwdriver.
You think she can work with me?
She can work with you.
You think she can make my hair look like yours?
She can make no.
Okay.
So I am
Okay,
so
that was good
honored to be. I'm so glad that Fishbowl Radio is here. I'm
Yes.
I'm honored that King Charles is here and his whole team is here. I am glad to that you guys are allowing me to come into your eye gate and your ear gate. I'm very honored. So King Charles, thank you so much.
Stay here for a minute.
Okay.
What I want to do, just like I do on every one of my shows, I'm not going to leave here until I inspire somebody. So here's the King's last word. At some point in your life, whether it was a child, teenager, or a young adult, you had asked yourself, what is my why? Why am I here? Run Women's Conference 2019. Find out why you're why. This is King Charles. King Charles, topic of the week. Fishbowl Radio Network. Every Saturday. 1 to 3. Real Talk Radio.